Really, people say it a lot, and I tend to believe it's true too, is that you don't really know anybody till you live with them.
Right.
You know,
That's
it's
true.
like there was a lot you learned about Misty after you started living with her,
Yep.
not before.
That's true.
That's when you really start learning all the little quirks and little oddities and all the little things that you don't partake of when you're in the courtship phase.
Right. You don't think about these things.
No.
You know, where she's going to want to keep the toothpaste in the cabinet, or where she's going to want to put this, or how she wants to do that.
You learn their way of things.
Right.
And you know, I want to know God's way of things, and I'm not going to learn that just with a casual commitment to Him. I'm not going to learn the ways and the thoughts He has, and the reason and how He can heal, and what He does to cause people to come alive spiritually, and all the things, the love that He pours out and the compassion He has. I'm not going to be able to partake of that and know all of His little ways of doing things if I'm just casually connected with Him.
Right, exactly.
If I only give Him a little bit of myself, if I only am at part-time in my devotion to Him.
Right, exactly. I know a lot of people. I don't intimately know a lot of people.
No.
You know, there's people that I just have a very passing relationship with.
Yeah.
I get along well with them. I talk to them, but I don't know them. I see their acts, but I don't know their ways.
Yep, they're acquaintances. Well, Tom, now we got to go to Psalm 107.
Yeah, we could do that. Actually, 103.
103, okay. All right, I need Tom so much. I'm not ashamed to admit it.
We can go to 107 too, that's really good.
Yeah, that's really good too. There you go, 103.
103 verse 7.
Oh, there we go.
There you go, there's the connection. He made known His ways unto Moses, His acts unto the children of Israel.
So which one was closer?
Well, of course, Moses.
Yeah.
Because Moses had such close communion that he would come off the mountain after spending time with God, and his face would be shining so bright he had to put a veil over it as not to scare the children of Israel.
Yeah, they couldn't handle it.
They couldn't.
They could never handle getting up front with God.
But Moses, the only thing he did was step up. Everybody could have had that same personal contact with God.
Well,
they chose not to.
The whole congregation was invited to the summit.
Yep.
You know, and they, you know, I mean, God's starting to show up and shake things up, man. They're like, ooh, whoa.
This scareth us.
Back up this thing, because we are not going any closer. This God frightens us. You go, Moses.
Yep.
And, you know, just let us know what He said. And that's the condition of so many Christians. You go, preacher.
Yep.
And let me know what God says.
Right.
I don't want the investment of seeking God. I want you to do that, and I'm going to put a check in the plate to pay you to do it. And boy, that is a shallow relationship. When you have that kind of mentality, and it's, you know, I don't know if people even recognize that they do that.
Right.
And maybe us saying it over and over, the light will go on, and people will see, I'm not in a relationship with God, I'm in a relationship with my preacher.
Right.
And, you know, it's fine to love your pastor and to have an honor and respect for him, but it's not fine for him to be the only one in your church that's close to God.
Right. That's exactly right.
That's not fine.
That's exactly right.
All right, Tom, I'm on Psalm 103.
All right, cool. Let's see.
Oh, okay, we had read it.
Yeah, we had read it. And understand that the children of Israel, they saw amazing things.
They did,
that God
Tom.
did.
Well, okay, they saw the cloud of fire by day, by night, and smoke by day, fire by night.
Yeah.
Okay. So they saw that. I mean, with their visible eyes, they saw, they could look and see there's the presence of God.
Yep.
We've never seen that.
No.
They
We've
actually
never seen
saw
water from the rock. We've never seen the Red Sea parted. We've never seen plague after plague come on our enemies.
Yeah, until they were destroyed and God totally just opened up our freedom for us.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've never seen our shoes last 40 years.
No, never. Never.
But that's not what faith is about, you know? But
faith doesn't have to see it.
Right, exactly. And Moses, he would go and get in the presence of God.
He loved the presence.
Because he knew that's where power was. That's where he was getting his wisdom to deal with these people.
And so that's, when you're in the presence, that's worship. When you are so desperate for the presence of God, that's worship.
Right. Yep. And it's something that you cannot have success as a Christian apart from the presence of God.
Well, I wrote in my notes here, there's no schedule to worship. You can't say, this is how long it takes.
Yeah, exactly. Yep.
But you have to just, if you were going to, like, I recommend to everybody set a time of worship in your household. Give yourself some time during the week to worship the Lord and let Him recharge your battery, because that's really what's going on. You know, in Isaiah it says, you can mount up as wings as these eagles, and run and not faint, and all this. You're exchanging strength with the one that you're in partnership with, and you're making an exchange in worship, that He's putting stuff into you, and you're putting a deposit into Him of your love and adoration and your good feelings for Him, and you're giving Him something. You see, so you can't schedule that. What you want to do is just block yourself off a good hour. And tell people in your house, nobody knocks on the door, nobody calls me to the phone. If somebody comes to the door, I'm unavailable. This is time that is uninterruptible.
Right.
And do not disturb my time with the Lord. And you just get in there and you just begin to worship Him and say, Lord, I love you. You are so good. All the goodness I have in my life, it's all because of you. I wouldn't stand a chance if it wasn't for you. You're so good. You're faithful. You're true. Everything you've said, you've done. There's no kind of deception or anything in you. There's nothing about you that I could ever mistrust. You're good. And you just begin to talk to Him like that. And man, He'll begin to pour into you strength and wisdom and help and hope, and it is an amazing thing to begin to make a habit of worship.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Well, it causes things to change in you.
Right.
Because you see God different. You start hearing from Him. You start hearing Him say things to you. You start getting led by Him. You start seeing yourself different. Your confidence grows. Well,
you begin to establish a confidence in the anointing God's put in you. Because, if you don't have that, you're not going to be any kind of able minister at all.
Right.
If you don't understand and trust the anointing God's put in you.
Yeah. Because, that's a sign of faith, being confident.
Right. Exactly.
That's a part of it. If you're not confident, your faith is at best shaky.
Yeah.
Because you have to be utterly convinced of who God is and the fact that what He said, that He will do it.
And Tom, there's such a difference between a calm, quiet confidence of faith as opposed to this loud, trying to convince yourself kind of faith where I have to just shout at everybody and holler the Bible at them all the time and all this stuff. That's a very, very unsure faith.
Right.
If you got to holler it, you're not believing it yourself. Is my take on that. So.